Let's do it.
What is up, guys? Beastly Thoughts live episode. What the hell episode is it? It's like 54 or 55.
57, I think.
I think we're right at 55.
Yeah, that's what I said.
56 and a half.
How's it going, guys? Beastly?
Doing good, man. Feeling good. Playing video games. It's been a nice week.
Robbie, how you been?
I've been doing good, yeah. Just been playing lots of Destiny, been playing other stuff. It's been good.
All right, so we actually have a lot of news this week, which is weird. It's a new experience for us, you know, so we actually have something to talk about. So we're going to talk about what we've been playing this week, and then we're going to get to the news. And also, we would like to start answering questions. So if you got any questions for anybody on the Beastly Thoughts show or a question for the group as a whole, post them in the comments below, and we will answer them in the next episode. Oh, and we're playing Evolve after the show. So if you feel like jumping in, playing some Evolve with us, we'll be playing on the PlayStation 4. We'll be live streaming it. If you jump into the live stream, just put your gamer tag in there, and we will invite you to our game. All right, guys. Okay. So let's start with Robbie this week. What have you been playing this week, Robbie?
Oh, well, been playing a ton of Destiny. I just started a second character and a third character on the PS4, so I've been doing a lot of grinding, just trying to get all those new weapons and stuff like that.
A Hunter and a Warlock?
Yeah, I have Titan on PS4, I have a Hunter, yeah, and a Warlock. I have all three classes now. Also started another character on Xbox One, because I've gotten a lot of... Yeah, The thing is, I've gotten a lot of great weapons and gear on PS4. Like, I'm good to go for now. I'm just going to switch my focus over to Xbox One because I have basically everything I need for now. And then I've also been playing a little bit of Dying Light. I've been playing Call of Duty, been getting back into that with the Havoc map pack. I'm telling you guys, Exo Zombies is so freaking good. We got to play that sometime. And
you know what's messed up, Robbie? I have the season pass for that game, and I haven't downloaded that yet. And so you brought it up today. I'm like, damn, I got to download that. So next week after the show, we'll be live streaming the Exo Zombies of Advanced Warfare.
Yeah,
I think you were about to say Nazi zombies.
Nazi zombies. Those are my favorite thing in the world to kill. Do you know that? Like it's a feel good time, just like blowing their heads off. There's nothing better to kill than Nazi zombies.
You can split them up and still have a good time killing Nazis or zombies by themselves. So
that's right. But you put the two together, it's like peanut butter and chocolate. You know, it's the match made in heaven.
Yeah. So back to Call of Duty. So you got the season pass. Did you have that for both PS4 and Xbox One, or?
I forgot. I'd have to look again. You know, up until November, I mean, I've pretty much focused on Call of Duty year round, and then Advanced Warfare came out, and I was pretty much unimpressed with it, so I just kind of dropped it.
Well, that's the thing. That's kind of a bad value, because if you bought the season pass, what are you doing? You're not even playing the game, so...
Well, year after year, I played Call of Duty for the entire year. Mm-hmm. And then also Advanced Warfare comes out, and I just didn't like it, you know? It just,
yeah, see, that's the thing, because
the maps just suck.
Like you're going to be playing it again, you're going to be playing it for months and months, just like every other Call of Duty. You're going to jump into it, and then it's like, well, no. You know what? Destiny's here, and it's just taking over my gaming time, so... Hey, you've just moved on, and that makes perfect sense.
I moved on. It's not you, it's me.
It's not you, Advanced Warfare, it's Destiny, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So talk to me about Exo Zombies. You said it's more like the Treyarch version of zombies, right?
Well, it is a lot like it, because obviously they can't just call like the mystery box, and stuff like that, and the perks aren't perks anymore. Like, it's not like the soda you drink now. It's like an exo ability, and it's very, very similar, other than the fact that you have the exosuit. So you're out in an open area, like jumping and boosting in the air, trying not to obviously get hit too many times. And there are those blue zombies as well that can disable your exosuit. So you're pretty vulnerable when that happens. But other than that, it's basically the same thing. Like, you try and save up as much money and buy all the doors, and you just survive as many rounds as you can. It's basically the exact same thing, just with a different coat of paint, really. It's very simple.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to jumping into it. We'll do it on the stream next week after the show.
Yeah, I was playing just online with random people I didn't know, and we were getting to like round 20, 25. We were actually doing really, really good. So I was having a lot of fun.
And that's 4-player co-op?
Yeah, I was having a lot of fun just jumping in with people, like carrying them as best as I could, because I'd say I'm pretty good at zombies. I definitely played it a lot back in the day, and I was having a lot of fun just seeing how far we could get with just a bunch of different people, and just, yeah, it was a ton of fun, and I'm really enjoying it. I can't imagine how fun it's going to be to play with you guys and stuff.
Sounds
I'm
good.
looking forward to it. I spent a lot of time with Black Ops Zombies. Black Ops 2 Zombies. Didn't really get into it with Call of Duty Ghosts because they changed the whole paradigm. It wasn't zombies anymore. It was take me to your leader, type situation. But
Yeah.
I liked in Black Ops 2 how they kind of created these storylines, like that one where everybody escaped from the prison, and they had all those like gangster film stars in it.
I think Buffy the Vampire Slayer was in Black Ops 1, wasn't she?
Was she?
Yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar. I think the guy who played Machete was one.
Machete?
Yeah, Machete. Danny Trejo, he was one. Yeah, that was a big draw. They did something real similar with this version as well. They got 4 well-known actors. I'm trying to remember the names of one of them. But, yeah, they recruit very talented actors for these zombie roles, for the story of the zombies. It looks really good. So I'm looking forward to next week for sure.
What else you been playing, Robbie?
Basically, Destiny and Advanced Warfare has been just about it. Been playing Exo Zombies. I did play a bit of the multiplayer maps. The new maps are good, but I played a couple matches and I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna play Destiny because honestly, Destiny is just a better game. I don't know what it is. I feel like just because there's that extra aspect, for grinding out and getting like loot and the best guns and stuff like that, it just has more of a pull to me than Call of Duty does, and it's just kind of taken me away from Call of Duty. Like the game is still a ton of fun. I really enjoyed playing it, but I don't know. It just isn't lasting for me really like I thought it would. So.
Ditto. I think Call of Duty Advanced Warfare died out for me a few months ago, like in December. Yeah, this week has been a pretty good week for me in gaming. I finished The Order 1886.
Oh, don't spoil it. I still haven't finished it.
I want to tell you the ending right now. No, I think I finished it 5 minutes after we did the show last week. The game is not very long. I think I spent maybe about 8 hours playing it.
Uh-huh.
And I really liked it. I did a review on it. It's definitely not a perfect product, but for what it was, I really enjoyed it. And after that, my wife and I kind of got into some Last of Us together, and we decided to forego playing Shadows of Mordor and jump straight to Dying Light. She was looking into it while I was working throughout the week, and she decided she wanted to give that game a try, so she started it while I was at work, and then when I came home, I joined her, and we were playing, separately, and then all of a sudden we were able to play together, and it's magnified the fun of that game 100-fold.
Can you play like your storyline together?
The entire campaign. You can
do everything together. Yeah, literally everything in the game.
It's really awesome, and the game compensates for the amount of characters that you have in the game. So it's not like you're actually 4 different characters. Each character is the exact same guy, the main character. And in order to progress the story, you have to all be in a certain place, like to trigger an event. So one guy can't be across the world. You all got to be there, and you can fast travel. So if one guy gets to the focal point of a mission, and the other 2 or 3 or the other 1 character is on their way, you can hold down the touchpad and fast travel immediately to where they are. So it really keeps the pace of the game going really well. The nighttime, I didn't know about really the nighttime until yesterday. But god damn, it's really scary.
Really scary and intense. Yeah, trying to just get to a safe house and survive. It's really something.
They created something a lot better than the Dead Island series, for sure. I know it's the same developer, the same pedigree, but they've taken the things that worked with that game and they've added stuff that worked better, and then they overhauled it graphically and then gave you the ability to jump in with your friends and play the game. And if you're farther ahead of someone and you jump into their game, it doesn't mess up their game. You just get the XP that you would get for those earlier missions in the game. So we've really been enjoying it. I sent you guys some invites. I don't know if you guys had it. I sent Robbie one, I think, earlier today. But Dying Light is a very fun game. I don't know how long the game is going to last, but for what I played so far, I'm really impressed with it. And that's what I've been playing this week. It's really fun. What about you, Briar?
I've been playing Destiny, obviously. The new patch came out for Destiny 1.1.1, where they really did a major overhaul on weapon balancing, and that has been a blast. We'll talk about that later because it's kind of a news story, so I'm not going to go into too much depth now. I've also been trying to get back into Dragon Age. I love that game, but I just don't have enough time to play it. And that's really it. The Order 1886, I'm still chugging along with my Let's Play. The next episode will be up tomorrow morning.
If you don't mind me asking, how many hours in are you?
Let's see. I do about a half hour per episode, and I think I just finished episode 9.
Okay.
So about 3.5 hours.
So if I were to ask you right now, what are your thoughts on it? Are you liking the experience? Is it like Thief? Are you okay with
No,
this?
I like it much better than Thief. Thief I couldn't stand. I liked Thief like at the beginning, but those mechanics got so boring so quickly, and that game was so janky that I just got sick of the game, and it became a chore to play it. So I just quit on it. This game, I've got some issues with it. It's clearly they have padded it to add length. Like the fact that your characters walk so slowly when they're talking. There's certain sections where you have to push a box to solve a puzzle, and it's it takes 5 minutes for the characters to do it. Stuff like that. The game is clearly padded out, but I really enjoy the story. It's got intrigue. I really like kind of the twists and turns that are happening along the way. It's a beautiful game to look at. I was initially concerned because it's kind of that weird aspect ratio. It doesn't fill up your entire 16:9 screen. It's got black bars on the top and bottom. But when I'm actually playing the game, I'm so immersed in it that I don't notice that stuff. I'm actually having a good time with it. It's by no means a perfect game, but if you just kind of like a nice story-based game every once in a while, I'm really enjoying it for that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this about that game real quick, and of course there's no spoilers because I know you're about halfway through it. I think for what they did, they deserve some applause. By no means, like you said, was it anywhere near a perfect game, but I think that the foundation has been laid here. They created this engine that works, that looks fantastic, and I think that they put so much into the technical aspect of creating this game that they weren't able to elongate that story. I wish that they were, but the game was delayed for over a year, and that's all they were able to get done. So it means that they probably had so much trouble ironing out the technical aspects of that engine that when the final finished product was done, they realized, oh shit, this game's only 5 hours. We gotta make this scene where they walk for 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
This was a normal cutscene, but now we're going to stop it and let you and another character push that wagon. We got to stretch it out. So I think that the hard part is over for them. I think that the major hurdles have already been jumped. And if they are lucky enough to make another Order 1887, that they can actually really focus on a story that's really fleshed out, that's really, engaging. I think the story here is really engaging as well, but it's just not as long as I would have liked. But I enjoyed it. I really did. I recommended the game for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think absolutely if there's a sequel too, they have potential to do something really great with that game. I think the Order 1886 gets way too much flack because you know what?
Yeah, the only flack it gets is the length of the game.
And that's such a problem because it doesn't matter what the length is because the game is great. There's nothing really that bad about it. You know what? We have to stop accumulating value for number of hours played because that is totally not fair. The Order is a very solid, great 8-hour experience. And you know what? I didn't feel like the game was too short at all. I thought the length was perfect. I think maybe an hour or two longer, but at the most, I think the length was still really good, and the game overall is very solid, and I'm really happy.
I really like the combat in the game. They could have easily added more combat to that game. I would have been happy to play it.
They could have. I think that when an enemy throws a grenade at you, rather than just jump out of the way, be able to chuck it back at him, that would have been awesome. More of a melee mechanic, kind of like Uncharted would have been nice.
Yeah, the weapons are cool.
The weapons are awesome.
I think
that thermite gun. Yeah, that thermite gun is fucking rad.
That thing is badass. Oh my god, I love the thermite rifle. That thing is so cool.
I really do think that they may have dropped the ball though with it because the weapon designs are so awesome, so unlike most of the other stuff. It's like Ratchet and Clank or something, right? But I would have liked to have seen maybe an upgrade system for those weapons, so you can add this or take away that. But it's bare bones kind of the way that they created it.
Maybe in the sequel they'll add a little more combat. If they get to make a sequel. If I would like to see more combat, and like you said, maybe an upgrade system for the weapons, or just maybe a loadout screen so you could choose what weapons you start with for each mission. stuff like that would be a lot of fun. They have a lot of opportunity there with the whole Tesla's kind of laboratory in the bottom of their hideout. All sorts of cool stuff is happening in that game, and they got plenty of room to grow. From what I've seen so far, I don't know. Maybe the ending is like an ending that just can't. There's just no room for a sequel.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Because the Order 1886 was an absolute. Sorry, I'm messing up my words here. The Order 1886 is a really good first start for them, I think, too, for a sequel. Like, I think they're going to nail it. I sure hope they get another chance at a sequel, because I would love to see the Order 1887. I really would.
It probably depends on what their sales numbers are.
If you're able to beat the game this week, Briar, I'd like to open up a little, maybe 10 or 15 minutes next week for conversation on your thoughts of the ending of the game.
Maybe like a spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler cast. Just a little talk about it, just so I can hear your final thoughts. But I'll end by saying this: The Order, to me, is possibly graphically the best game I've ever seen. It might be. Very few games that I've played have had that kind of graphical fidelity. And for the people out there who played this game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I walked through that world so many times and stopped, and I picked up Sackboy. Sackboy from Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
I picked him up and shook him around, and I mean, looking at the reflections and the granular design, it's a beautiful game. It looks like they spared no expense, like Jurassic Park. They spared no expense creating the graphic engine for the game. It's awesome.
All right, so let's do some news here. Robbie, you've been kind enough to set us up with a bunch of news articles. You want to start off with the first one about Valve?
Yeah, for sure. So our first news story of today, we got Valve was supposed to show new Steam machines and virtual reality hardware at GDC. GDC is happening this week, I think from the 3rd to the 7th. So it really seems that, along with Samsung's recent announcement of the VR headset, it seems like VR really is going to be the future, or at least what these companies really want it to be. Like, you see Sony making Project Morpheus, Oculus has the Oculus Rift, Microsoft is doing the HoloLens. Like, everybody's getting into VR, and do you guys think that virtual reality can take off and this is going to be the way that we experience our video games and entertainment, or is it always going to go back to sort of that controller and just the way we're used to playing?
I am psyched for virtual reality. And the fact that Valve is doing kind of a combo with the Steam machine it's one of the most exciting announcements to me, because what I was looking at was either getting Project Morpheus, which is a console-based thing, which I'm not really sure the PlayStation 4 is going to have the power to run, virtual reality the way I want it to be run, or the Oculus Rift, which, frankly, I don't want to get into a PC. I don't like the PC experience at all. I don't want to have to buy a $2,000 or $3,000 PC for Oculus.
Yeah,
if it's awesome, I'll do it, but I don't want to.
Well, especially because on PC you have to adjust your drivers, right, and stuff like that for different games to work, and there's a lot of settings you have to change just to get a game to run properly. It's a lot of work to play on PC.
I don't really enjoy PC gaming. It's not for me. I don't hold any ill will toward people who do like it. It's just not how I prefer to play games. But Valve, kind of doing a combo virtual reality headset with Steam machines, or Steam boxes, hopefully. That is really exciting, because I can buy a console type of PC box that hooks up to a TV, and then also buy their virtual reality set and just have this one cohesive piece of hardware or piece of kit that just works out of the box, and that's really exciting to me. Hopefully, their UI will even work within the 3D space. I think that'd be really cool to be able to browse Steam in 3D. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I think so too. As long as
stuff.
Yeah, as long as the execution is good, right? Because there is so much promise to VR right now. Everybody is this is the next big thing. It seems like it's just every big company is pushing it right now. Is it really gonna reach its full potential though? Is VR the next big thing? Because I'm excited for it, but at the same time, I'm cautiously kind of optimistic, because you never know. I don't know.
I'll say this, okay? I think that people in positions of power and Fortune 500 companies pay groups of people to analyze data, and I think that this data has been analyzed over and over and over again to the point that they have an unseen faith in virtual reality. Now, we think of this kind of move in the past. We immediately go to motion controls. When the Nintendo Wii came out, it was the first of its kind to bring this motion controller into your home. You could play tennis, and everybody went ape shit for it. And so immediately Sony said, hey, we want to reach our hand in that cookie jar too. We need to make something similar, so let's try to make the PlayStation Move. And other companies have since then created little virtual reality type motion controls. But this here is something that hasn't been tested. And the fact that everybody's doing it means that the numbers have been crunched. It's not like we've had the Wii of virtual reality headsets. There hasn't been one yet. There isn't really one.
There hasn't been that real breakthrough yet that
exactly.
really gets VR on the market.
It's not like there's a headset that everybody's talking about like people talked about the Nintendo Wii. Hey, man, you got to get that headset. Nobody's saying that. And the fact that all these companies are on board means that they've crunched these numbers, and this is the next generation of what they think gaming and home entertainment is. And I think it is, just based on what I've seen, you know, of the videos of people who've tried this new technology. To me, it's very engaging. It's exciting to actually be able to go into a world. Even the game Thief that we just talked about. They actually had Thief running on Project Morpheus.
On Morpheus? I thought it was Oculus, but I could be wrong.
It may have. It's either or one of them. But they said, you know, being in that world and being able to look around was just amazing. I think that is the future of what gaming and home entertainment is, to immerse yourself in an alternate reality. I mean, that's really been the dream. I mean, when I watch Star Trek, I love the holodeck. That's my favorite place to go.
Yeah.
You know? And to actually be able to have something like that in your home, I think everybody secretly has a dream of that, to be able to escape your everyday rigmarole, your everyday at work or dealing with your kids. Put on something and all of a sudden you're at a beach, you know? Or all of a sudden you're surrounded by beautiful women, you know, anime figures, you know, stuff like this. You know? But, yeah, I think that the future is definitely virtual reality, and I think that Sony, Microsoft, Valve, all these huge companies that are in the Fortune 500 know it too.
Yeah, you know, changing the immersion of an experience, I think, is really it's powerful, you know. And if they could make you feel like you're on the moon in Destiny, or they can make you feel like you're running along the rooftops in Thief, or you know, make you feel like you're actually shooting your buddies in Call of Duty, like all of those things, that would be intense.
Yeah.
You know, so much crazier than a normal, you know, TV
I saw you, Robbie's dad. I saw you.
All right. Go ahead.
The one thing I'll say about it, though, that I wish I could see them all or see what's coming down the pipeline, there's going to be lots and lots of hospital bills. There's going to be so many people with these helmets on, playing games, tripping, falling over coffee tables, trying to run right into a wall. You got a seam down the center of your head. There's going to be a lot to learn.
Well, you gotta allow natural selection to work. You know, we can't.
That's true.
You gotta thin out the herd a little bit. You know.
Only the strong survive. Only the strong survive. What game are you playing?
So a new Guitar Hero game is coming to the PS4 and Xbox One. What do you guys think about that?
Well, let me just start by saying I made a mistake. I said Guitar Hero and the one we talked about last week, aren't they the same thing?
That's what I said. Didn't we talk about this last week?
Yeah.
No, we talked about Rock Band last week.
Yeah, we talked about Rock Band last week.
I think we pretty much have the same opinions on this one that we did last week.
Just listen to last week's show and change the name from Rock Band to Guitar Hero. And that's exactly how we feel. No, lots of people play this game. Robbie, you're one of the younger generations. How do you feel about it?
I'd like to correct that statement too. Lots of people played this game.
Yeah, they don't play it now. Let's just be honest here. Like that kind of died out a while ago. But I don't know, like how they're gonna bring this back. Like, is this really gonna be plausible to bring back the plastic instruments, bring back everybody playing Guitar Hero and Rock Band again? Like, I feel like it would be a fun one-time thing, you know, like if they did it like with one game and then waited a couple of years. I feel like they could do it, but the problem is, what if they get to that point where they're just going to oversaturate again? You know what I mean?
Something's going to have to be really different.
Yeah,
like they're going to have to get people excited about it. I don't know how they'll possibly do that at this point.
Do you guys think they're going to overhaul all the plastic weapons, or do you think they're going to do kind of what they did with the Wii U, where you have a little dongle that allows you to plug up your old stuff? Do you think that people would appreciate that, or do you think people want to see all new?
How many of those instruments are filling up landfills right now?
That's true.
I think I got like 6 of them in the closet in my room.
Yeah, we got so many in our closet too, and we had to sell them.
That goddamn drum set was huge.
Yeah, it is. It is huge. Yeah. I don't know.
All right. GTA 5 PC version has been pushed back to April. What do you guys think about that?
I really don't care because I already have 2 copies of that game, and I don't know, it'd be fun to screw around with the mods, but I feel like I've already played quite a bit of GTA, so it's not a huge deal to me, but I can understand why a lot of PC crowd are very upset about it, because we expected the game to come out in January. It was about to come out, and they're like, wait, we need more time. It's coming out in March, and now it's March, and they're like, no, we need to push it back again to April. So I think that's really frustrating that they have to keep pushing back the game at the last minute, but it tells me that they're pretty much done by now, and so I'd be excited about it if I were a PC gamer.
Yeah, if I was a hardcore PC gamer or PC elitist, praise God, I would be made that the PS4 and the Xbox One versions, the remasters have already been released, and that they didn't have to wait for their up port. But the PC version is going to be the truly definitive version of the game. That'll be the one that everybody's modding. That'll be the one that includes everything, and graphically will be far superior to the current gen. So, an extra 30 days isn't that big of a deal. There's tons of other games to play right now. So, while you're waiting, play another game. Until then, just wait for the best version of GTA 5 to come out.
Yeah, the PC version of GTA is always kind of different because not only do you get like superior graphics running at high res, but you also get the mod scene, which can be a lot of fun for GTA. I mean, people do crazy stuff to GTA. They make like MMOs out of it. They alter all sorts of stuff. They add stuff to it. It's really a cool experience with GTA on the PC. Online heist though, what the hell, man? These things were supposed to be out like a couple months after the game released, I thought.
Well, apparently
like a year and a half later.
Yeah, see, the thing is, apparently they're coming on the 10th, which is literally a week from now. I don't remember if this is confirmed or this is a rumor, but heists are pretty much right around the corner, and so they're finally coming out.
That's insane.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess, greatness makes you wait, I suppose. Not greatness waits.
Yeah, I mean, I'd always rather wait for something that's awesome than get something that sucks.
But it's been a year and a half. Like, it's kind of crazy it took them this long, right? I guess they were... Time. Like, they were working on the PS4 and Xbox One versions of GTA, but I don't know. It still seems like it's been a ridiculously long wait for heists, but at least it's finally here. I'm excited to try it out.
All right. Battlefield Hardline has gone gold.
What do you guys think of that? Are you excited for get back into some Battlefield, or how are you feeling?
You guys buy?
Go ahead.
Let me speak for 9 to 5 gamers. Fuck yeah. 9 to 5 gamers. Hell yeah. Exciting times.
So I played was it the alpha that came out at E3 last year?
Yep.
And I was not impressed. I didn't play the beta that came out recently.
Well, I will say this.
Very
the
impressed with
the beta that just came out a couple of weeks ago was way, way better than the E3 version. The E3 version was not very good. It was like one map, 2 modes. With the new beta that came out, it just introduced these new modes that seem really fun, like that hotwire mode I was telling you guys about, where you have the vehicles and you have to drive them, and so the objectives are always moving. That is a wonderful, wonderful mode in its own, and it just shows so much more promise than what we originally saw with the first beta. It really wasn't good, but it's been such a huge improvement since then. It really has been.
Might be the best delay ever for Battlefield.
Yeah.
If they had released another broken Battlefield game, they might have lost their entire audience.
Delay it long enough.
You're
you guys
lagging out
picking
pretty
up
bad,
Hotline?
Beastly.
Beastly, you're really glitching. Yeah, like you sound like a robot to me.
You gone.
All right, technical difficulties, folks. We'll get right back.
He's just got to kick his kids off the internet.
Got to get off that damn Netflix and Pornhub and all that. So there we go. Internet speeds will be back up.
All right, we got what's next here? Batman Arkham Knight gets an M rating by the ESRB.
Yeah, I don't really see why that's such a big deal. I mean,
I think it's a big deal because it's a game based on a comic book.
And that's true. And the main reason why the Batman games, Arkham Asylum and Arkham Knight, were rated teen is because Batman doesn't kill people. Like, you know how he always knocks them out with his fists and stuff like that. He never kills anyone. So I guess that leads people to assume that in Arkham Knight he's going to be killing people. I don't know how it's going to go, but I think either way, you know what? That game is going to be incredible. So I don't really see it as a big deal because I am so excited about that game.
Yeah, a lot of people are. You know, the first 2 that Rocksteady made were really good.
They were amazing. I love those damn games, man. Like God, the Arkham games were phenomenal. I just can't wait for it either way.
Now we're getting them on
so
the next
excited.
gen consoles, and I mean, high hopes are getting put on this game.
Oh man, a next gen exclusive Batman Arkham game. Like my mind is like my dreams have come true with this game. I swear. Like I am so excited for it. That and Witcher 3 are probably my two most anticipated games this year. I cannot wait for Batman. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Battlefield. Oh.
So why do you guys think it got an M rating though? Should we go more into that? Why do you
Does
think
he
it?
kill somebody? You think or maybe it's just so ultra violent, or maybe it's the language.
Yeah, well, maybe because the villain in the game, the Arkham Knight, we don't know what his real identity is. Maybe he kills him at the end of the game or something like that. You never know what's going to happen. So.
But the thing is, Robbie, I don't know if that's the case because Batman's oath is that he takes down criminals without actually killing them. That's his thing. So unless they're going to change the whole scope of what Batman has been for all these years,
Yeah, they did it in
I think it
Man of
might be
Steel.
language, but who knows?
They did it for the Superman movie, Man of Steel.
Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a possibility. You know, look at this new Power Rangers movie they just showed. Things are changing. You know, it's a possibility.
Definitely.
But what I was asking you guys before I glitched out and disappeared. I'm sorry to go back. Are you guys anticipating this new Battlefield game, Hardline? Are you guys buying it?
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on it.
Yeah, I actually have the game pre-ordered. I pre-ordered it like way back in June, like a long time ago. So, and I can't cancel it. I'm getting it either way. I'm excited for it though. After that beta, I was having a ton of fun with it. I'm really excited for Hardline.
I remember 2 weeks ago, a guy who looked just like you, Robbie, told me to stop pre-ordering games, but way to go.
Well, like I said, I
He lives
pre-ordered
across
it.
the street.
Hey, I pre-ordered it a long time ago, okay? And I can't cancel it. That's all. This is the last game I'm ever pre-ordering. Mark my words. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna wait on that one. Battlefield is not the control mechanics
Same
of the
here.
Battlefield series just don't speak to me. I think once you get used to them, you know, they're much more intuitive. But I kind of came up with Halo and COD, which is kind of faster and more fluid.
I still think the multiplayer in those games is phenomenal, though. Like, it really is
When it works,
fantastic.
sure.
I guess to each his own. I think that Briar and I, we experienced Battlefield at the exact same time. The Battlefield that came out with the PS4 release.
Oh, Battlefield 4
And,
was terrible.
And we played with COD Made Player, we played with 9 to 5 Gamers,
Yeah.
and they were really into the game. And
Yeah.
you and I kind of had a real similar consensus that this is bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, the matchmaking was broken when that game came out and stayed broken for a long time.
6 months, yeah.
But more than that, it was like just the general way that game controls. It's a more methodical. It's still arcadey, but it's more of like it's a slower paced kind of thinking man shooter.
Yeah.
Which, you know, there's definitely a place for, but it's
Who the hell wants to
not
think when
speaking
you're
to me.
shooting?
It's not speaking
Yeah.
to me.
Supposed to just spray away. Who wants to think in a shooting game? No, for me, when I was playing it, the controls felt counterintuitive to what I was trying to do. It just did not feel like Call of Duty, which I had been so used to. Even Halo back in the day I was used to. But playing with it and shooting and all the kickback and all that stuff, it just felt like it. What was the point? I just didn't like it. And so
Basically, you guys are a bunch of COD fanboys. That's what I'm getting out
Yeah,
of this.
yeah, that's
yeah,
what
something
it's
like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Raised on the Call of Duty.
Sucking on the Call of Duty team. All right, Fable Legends is going to be free to play. What do you think, Robbie? You're super happy about this, right? You don't have to pay for Fable Legends.
That's
Yeah,
true. I
free.
don't have to pre-order it. Don't have to pay for it. None of
Yeah,
that.
just it's a free game. That's great.
Yeah, it's gonna be free. Yeah, right.
Yeah, the problem is with free-to-play games, though, obviously, is because a lot of them are free-to-play but pay-to-win. So that's kind of the issue with this. Like, is it going to be just like that? Is the microtransaction model, the free-to-play model, going to be respected here, or is it going to be not good like most games have it? I don't know. I'm really not that interested in it, but
I will say this. I really enjoyed the first 2 Fable games and didn't play the one that came out on 360. I'm trying to remember the name of it, Fable 3. This one here I think is a win for gamers regardless because there's so many other good RPGs out that you can play, right?
This is
If Fable-
not a straight-up RPG, though, is it?
It's a multiplayer RPG experience. But I don't know if it's going to go the way of MMO style, but from what I saw, it's like 4-player co-op
Yeah,
multiplayer.
it's 4 versus 1. It's kind of like Evolve in that sense, but it's more just like a fantasy kind of game.
So the thing is, if it does work, you get the game for free. And if it doesn't work, you got other games to play. And if you do like it, you can pay a little money that you didn't pay in the beginning to enhance your experience.
All
So
they
I
got to
think
do,
that-
they got to look at Dota, they got to look at League of Legends. That shows them how they can do this successfully.
Yeah.
You know, just make the stuff that you pay for cosmetic. Make it, make people feel good about buying the stuff, to support the developer, and you'll knock it out of the park.
Especially because the most important thing too is you got to have a good free core game, because then people
Yeah.
will get invested in that game and say, "This is a lot of fun. I'm willing to spend more money in this game and invest in it more." Like I'll definitely give it a shot and see how it is. But I don't know.
All right. Guess what, guys? Got a little Destiny news.
Oh,
Here we go. All right, rest of the show is just gonna be Destiny. Everybody tune out. No.
So we saw a leak this week of a new social area similar to the tower that will be located in the reef.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's a new tower, but it's not going to be on Earth. It'll be in the reef. What do you guys think about this? Is it making you happy? Are you excited about it, or would you rather have seen another strike or another raid instead of just another social area?
No, I think it's a really
great.
cool idea. I think it could be really cool. Like the question is it just going to be another tower you go to, or they're going to be like different vendors with new resources and stuff like
Well,
that?
I think it's got to be. Right?
Yeah, it has
like
to.
if it's just a duplicate tower, it doesn't make sense for the lore of the game. It wouldn't make any sense. Like,
Yeah.
why would you even do it, really?
Mhm.
But
Well,
if it's completely different, if it's just this like big purple area with new vendors, new factions, like a different Cryptarch, maybe who's not such a dickhead, there's all sorts of stuff they could do. Maybe somebody like the speaker, but he's like doing something else. You could just go talk to the queen and her brother. All sorts of different stuff could be in there. Even new emblems, new shaders. Like a new postmaster.
the
A
thing
new
that I'm
version
looking
of Third
to
too. That would be interesting.
That'd be cool.
the thing I'm looking forward to the most is the new social aspect, the new things that you can do as players besides stand around and sit and kick balls. I want to see them.
There's going to be a football, confirmed.
You're going to be playing that shit. No, that's the thing that I think a lot of gamers and people who play Destiny often have been wanting. A social hub, a place where you can get together, play mini games, do things with your friends, play, laser tag or golf or something silly that'll add to the social aspect of the game. But of course, I think it's going to be great to have new vendors, new items. Whatever else is released with this update. My wife is actually the one who told me about this update, so we'll go Kate. But I'm looking forward to it. And this is something we talked about months ago, playing Destiny, that the tower actually needs something, something that people can do besides dance with one another and sit on the edge of the endless cliff, and I think that possibility is going to be something as well. Of course, I think there's going to be new vendors. Who knows? Maybe Zur might come there Monday through Friday and have lesser.
Yeah, maybe that's where Zur is when he's not at the tower.
Who knows?
He's just hanging out there. He's just like sitting on the couch drinking a beer.
He's been selling Yalahorns over there since September. We just couldn't get over there to get them.
Oh no! Oh my gosh!
I think it's going to be a good addition to Destiny. I think as Destiny gets older, it gets better. And every time something new comes out, it reinvigorates the community. People jump right back in, and they revisit old and come and see the new. So I think every time something is released for Destiny, it kind of breathes new life into it once again.
This game has been improving by leaps and bounds as it's come out. We've gotten more content. The content we've gotten has gotten better. They updated the app for smartphones and even the website, so you can now transfer items from your characters to your vault and vice versa without going to the tower. You
Best
can do that
thing
online.
ever. That is the best update by far.
It really
my
is. Like
gosh.
it has cut down on the time that raid groups need to kind of get ready. It's cut down on my time just flying back and forth to the tower. Like it really is an awesome update. They didn't even talk about it when they did it. They just released it.
Wow.
So that was really nice. It's just the game is building up. We clearly got Destiny, version 0.9. And what they are creating is going to be like a truly enormous thing.
Especially, yeah. And I'm wondering about this new social area too. Like, are we gonna have new activities to do there? Like, Brian, you and I were talking about before the show. Like sparrow racing would be a really cool idea. Like, you go to like this one guy and you can like start up the races and stuff like that, and join kind of like a fire team. I think that would be absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it'd make getting sparrows like an actual like big deal. You know, like I got the tiebreaker. I can finally compete.
Yeah,
exactly. And if you could like bet money, bet glimmer, instead of going to the exclusion zone all the time, you could just try and earn money by racing your sparrows around the reef.
Now you guys are stealing too much from Final Fantasy VII, the game that you guys hate. Stop stealing from Final Fantasy VII. Chocobo races, come on, betting money, winning money. Just play Final Fantasy VII, and you can just leave Destiny alone, Briar. Just go play.
I did play Final Fantasy VII, and I choose not to do it again.
Well, there's that decision.
Oh, I love Final Fantasy. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great addition. And especially if they steal all these ideas from Final Fantasy, Destiny will definitely be a better game.
What Destiny does best is steal ideas from everything and meld them together. You know, they've got Star Wars in there, they've got Final Fantasy in there, they've got MMO in there, they got shooter in there. I mean, they got
RPG and a whole shebang. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It's like a potluck dinner inside Destiny. You know, everybody brought a little bit of something, and they're just kind of mixing it all together.
Well, that kind of goes back to what Robbie. It kind of goes back to what Robbie said earlier. He said it without saying it. He said, he was playing Call of Duty, and then he just went right back to Destiny because there's just so much more there. It really is. I was playing the Crucible. I think it was Monday, because I needed some items to upgrade, and I wanted to sell some stuff from getting Crucible points. But it's a completely different game going to the Crucible. Going out into the world, but they're all so fleshed out. They all feel so independent of oneself.
Crucible needs some work. I think. It needs custom game types. It needs private matchmaking so that, if I just want to play with you guys in the Crucible, we can select, okay, every gun is a one-shot kill now, or every gun now does half the amount of damage it used to. Or, we're only going to play on these maps in these game modes, and we're only going to play with our friends. Or, if they want to do competitive gaming for Destiny, how fun would it be to see that? But they need private matchmaking to do it.
Yeah, I think
I'm kind of surprised that they haven't done that.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't either, but they will. They have to.
Yeah, definitely. At least we have the Inferno playlists coming this week too, as well, though.
Yep. That's going to be a lot of fun. No radar and simplified scoring system.
I think especially because when you look at the radar in Destiny and Crucible 2, a lot of people love to watch that radar and sit with a shotgun around a corner and just wait because somebody's going to be right there. Without that radar, it's going to be your gun skills. Like, you're not going to be able to rely on that anymore. So it's going to be a different game.
It really is going to be a different game. That's just a one-week event, but hopefully once the House of Wolves is released, we'll see it come back. Also, we got the Destiny Update 1.1.1 that rebalanced all of the weapons, which was frankly a huge change.
Especially now, yeah.
Shotguns are now like really fun to use in PvE. They doubled the power on shotguns, and they take shit down fast.
Ooh.
It's a high risk reward kind of situation. You got to get up close and personal to use a shotgun in PvE. So, like, you're running up against a knight or a captain with a shotty. If you can get 2 shots in, though, a lot of times you'll get the kill, even against fairly high-level stuff. And that's a lot of fun. It really, frankly, changed up the way I'm playing Destiny right now. And they sold the Invective just in time, so now everybody can get a primary shotgun, which I think was genius.
I was doing that just the other day. Actually, I was running the weekly heroic strike. I was running Universal Remote as my primary and Secret Handshake as my secondary.
That's right. Universal Remote. I said Invective, didn't I?
Yeah.
Universal Remote is the shotgun they were selling, or Zer was selling. Pulse rifles are now very good. Like
Red Death is amazing in Crucible. Oh my god! Have you tried it, Briar?
Maybe overpowered.
God damn, that gun is sick. It is
that
ridiculous.
That is a 2-burst kill to the head. And it regens your health every time you get a kill.
Yeah.
It's definitely the new top tier weapon, I think.
Red Death is like a monster in the Crucible now. It's insane. I was using it. I've had Red Death since the game almost first came out. It was like the first.
Yeah, that was the first exotic you got. I remember you getting it.
Dominates. It is ridiculous how good that gun is.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Zer has not sold an upgrade. He sold the upgrade for Red Death the first week that Dark Below came out, and he hasn't sold it since. So I haven't upgraded mine to the 331 attack level yet.
Hey, it's pretty nice though, so you can pawn all those noobs who don't have the Red Death, because he hasn't sold it in so long.
That's true. Also, what is it called? The Bad Juju is a goddamn beast now. The Bad Juju is another pulse rifle that was frankly underpowered before, but what that does is every time you get a kill, it adds more super energy.
How is Bad Juju in Crucible? I haven't.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah. So you're just like a super machine once you get Bad Juju rocking.
Is it as good as Red Death, or how would you say it performs?
No, it's not as good as Red Death because it's not as high impact. You can't get 2 burst headshots. And saying that Red Death can get 2 burst headshots it's almost saying something that's theoretically true. But it is a pulse rifle. It's got a bit of kick to it. The chances of you getting 6 consecutive bullets to land on somebody's head is pretty low, even if you're a skilled player.
Yeah.
But it's still really good. Bad Juju is probably not as good as Red Death, but it's kind of more fun because you just get so many supers. It's better than I would say.
Yeah, especially on the Warlock. Like, I remember getting Nova Bomb after Nova Bomb with that thing. It's just crazy to stack them up. Oh, my God.
Big purple nuclear.
If you guys get these awesome weapons, just be extra careful not to let anybody game share with you that you don't know.
Yeah, right? You heard about that kid that lost his Destiny save progress, huh?
Yeah, 11-year-old kid was live streaming. You can actually see this on YouTube. I actually have a video with the link in the description. But 11-year-old kid was live streaming, and he decided to let one of his viewers theoretically take his controller and play Destiny. And so the guy was telling the kid to go and get something from another room. And right when the kid got up, and watching it really pisses you off. I'm really pissed off with this guy. I think his name is Frank, the guy who did it. The kid got up and walked away, and immediately this guy went back to the menu screen and deleted his level 31 character, went right down, deleted his level 26 character. He left the level 23 character, then went right back into the game, went into the inventory, and started to dismantle all his legendary gear. Everything that he could get his hands on. And
that's just mean. You know, that's not funny.
The people watching the stream were, I guess, typing and letting the kid know what the guy was doing. And so when the kid came around the corner, you heard him say, "Are you serious?" And then he immediately turned his PlayStation 4 off. Then it shows the PS4 come back on, him going into his characters. And when he saw that all he had was a level 23, he just broke down crying.
Yeah.
And news outlets...
Huge investment in time.
Yeah, level 31. I'm level 30. I'm almost level 31. And I've only played with one character. And so that lets you know. I mean, I don't play Destiny every day, and I probably played the least amount of all the Beastly Thoughts crew. But I put in quite a few hours. I put in probably at least 30 to 40 hours in Destiny since I've had the game. And if someone were to delete all that, all my fire to ever play the game would be extinguished. And
that'd be tough.
IGN reached out to the guy, the account holder, and this is what the guy said. He said, "I was recently in a car accident, and I'm at home, I'm bedridden, and I'm on a lot of pain medication, and I have a lot of friends coming in and out of my house, and I don't know which one of my friends took over my account and game shared with this guy and deleted his account, but it wasn't me. I was in bed, sick from a car accident, and I called bullshit on it. And, it's kind of an extravagant excuse. You're bedridden, and you just got an open door funneling people through your house, and they all just grab your PlayStation 4 controller, and he doesn't know who it was. Get out of town.
Yeah, get out of here. But I gotta say, as depressing as the story is, the community response to it has been amazing, right? It's like all these people have gotten together and said, okay, well, we'll help you, get through all these strikes on hard. We'll help you get through the raids so you can start rebuilding your character. And as far as I know, I think he's like completely rebuilt everything already.
Yeah, he has. And his mom actually went on Reddit and talked about it, and she said, she appreciates all the support. She's not going to put her son out there in the media at this point, but he's learned a lesson, and he's gotten all his stuff back. So the lesson here is, don't game share with people who you don't know, especially on a game like Destiny where they can just go right into your inventory and delete all your stuff. Because that's going to be the suckiest day you've had in a long time. If you get up and walk out. Imagine that, Briar. You get up and walk out of your room, and you say, "Beastly, you still playing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm playing, all right." You come back and you don't have any characters left. Oh,
Oh,
all those hundreds, and for you, I know it's well over 100 hours gone.
Yeah, I don't
Man.
even know how long it is. Really, it's I've got 3 level 32 characters on PlayStation 4.
Mm.
I think I have every exotic except for Necrochasm and Monte Carlo.
I got 2 of each of those. No, I'm just kidding.
But I don't know. The fact that the community kind of came together, supported them, I think really shows not only like what a cool community Destiny has kind of going for it, which I've been impressed with since day one, but also like there are the average person out there is cool.
Yeah.
You got a couple of bad apples everywhere, but I thought it was pretty encouraging that people got together, kind of made this right for this guy.
absolutely.
His mom actually tried to get Bungie to, go back into their system and find his characters and replenish his, character and items, but they said they couldn't do it. Firstly, because he knowingly gave his controller to another player, so no wrongdoing was done. And so it's a lesson learned for the kid too.
Yeah.
You're not burned until you get burned. Now he's been burned, he knows what that's like.
Yeah. So all right, so I got some really good news. And Beastly, I know you're excited for this. I think you're almost as excited as I am. Ori and the Blind Forest is releasing in 10 days.
Oh, yes. That's all me.
I am starting
Sounds
like
good
a
to me, too.
countdown timer. I'm going to have like a countdown timer started up here. Since I saw this game at E3 last year, it is without a doubt one of my most anticipated games. It's not a big game like The Witcher or like Destiny or any of these games.
Bloodborne.
It's a smaller game. It's a Metroidvania type game, but what it seems to have is something that a lot of games are really missing, and that's kind of like a heart and soul. Immediately after watching the trailer at E3, I became connected to this character and to this game. They have injected emotion into this game, and I can't wait to play this. And I love that type of game.
Yeah, well, the first time I saw it, I immediately thought of a cartoon I watched as a kid called The Secret of Nim.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys ever saw it. It's a little tiny mouse. Her name is Miss Brisby.
I think I watched that as a kid. Yeah, I think I remember that.
And the art style kind of reminded me of that. And it, like you said, it has so much heart and soul. They show the main boss, or the main enemy in the game, which is this creepy-ass owl. And then you see this character that seems to have so much heart and love and life. And it's all hand-drawn. So, I mean, that's right up my alley. And that's really I told you guys 6 months ago, I said, this is the game that if I buy an Xbox One, it'll be for this game.
Yeah.
I bought an Xbox One. I got it just to have it, but I'm definitely having this game. Oh, my God.
And that's really impressive to hear, too, because, a lot of people are like, oh, it's just an indie game. It's an indie game. Why would you be as excited for this as, say, like The Witcher or something like that is such a bigger budget and is supposed to be the games we're excited for? Like everybody's excited for the big, like, AAA $60 games, whereas there's a lot of these great games coming out that are maybe just smaller games, like that have a smaller team, a smaller budget, but that team just has more ideas and more creativity because they're not tied back by a publisher, and it's really great to see a game like Ori getting into the spotlight and people getting excited about it because I think that game's going to be really good and it looks like a lot of fun to me.
Yeah, I love that type of game, the Metroidvania kind of, exploring a 2D world and, upgrading your character as you go and unlocking secrets. I love that kind of thing. I'm so ready to jump into this. I haven't played one since Guacamelee, which was another amazing game.
What's the best Metroidvania game you ever played? What do you think, Brer?
It's probably either Super Metroid or Guacamelee.
Have you ever played Castlevania Symphony of the Night?
Yeah.
That's mine. Bar none. Best gameplay, best soundtrack, best character, best everything. Sick. I'm really looking forward to this game. I like it when developers change up the game. I just bought Resident Evil Revelations 2, the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought it because I'm a Resident Evil fan, and I'm really a fan of what Resident Evil started out as. And the fact that they decided to take this game and break it up into episodes and sell them for $6 a piece, I like when developers try something new. And on top of that, the game is getting pretty good reviews, so I'm definitely looking forward to supporting Ori. I support what isn't popular, I guess,
I think this game is going to be plenty popular. I really do. It came out of the gate at E3 with so much positivity, and there have been early hands-on already posted, and people are saying it plays really well too.
Oh wow, they've already got hands-on impressions.
Mhm.
Oh man, I can't wait for that. How many days did you say?
10 days. 10 days
Oh,
and counting.
man. I need to take a vacation day. For sure. I need to pull a 95 gamers and take 2. Super excited.
So that's it for news. Anybody got anything else they want to talk about before we start playing a little bit of Valve?
No.
Not really, no. I think maybe we should do, Briar, your impossible question if you have one at the end, though. Do you have anything for us? How do you know?
I actually want to ask you guys something.
Yeah.
We got E3 coming up pretty soon. Maybe next week or the following week, we can network together. We come up with our E3 prediction show.
Yeah, we could do something like that.
I guess it seems like it would be a little early, but yeah, we could do that.
Well, to each his own. I'm really excited about E3. It's
I am too. You know what? And thinking about it, it'll be here before we know it too. Like I'm sure it'll go by fast, so it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, you got 3 months. You got 90 days to stew in the agony of waiting for E3. So
I love E3. I love watching the press conferences. I don't mind saying that I fanboy out. I get really excited watching those press conferences. A week later, I get all depressed because none of those games are actually coming for another year or 2 years.
Yeah.
But last year at E3, we got to play Destiny that week. We got to play Battlefield Hardline that week. It was didn't that
PT, was that it?
Yeah, PT came out too, right?
That was Gamescom actually.
That was Gamescom. Yeah, you're right. But I love that trend. Of like, hey, here's the new game that we're working on. It'll be out in September, and you can play the demo right now.
Right now.
That is fun.
Can you imagine with this E3 too? Like, I think Bethesda, their conference is first. Can you imagine? That is gonna be amazing. We're gonna start off with Fallout 4. Holy shit! Like, it's gonna be amazing.
The thing about Bethesda that has me probably the most excited is, in order to do an E3 press conference, you have to have a lot of stuff to show. You can't just go out and say I got one game.
Yeah.
You go to Ubisoft.
Well, Bethesda's got a lot of properties.
They've got some properties, but that's the thing. Bethesda they've never done this before. They never come out and say we got this, 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 and this, and this, and it's all going to be coming out in the next 12 months, 15 months. So I'm super excited because they're one of my favorite devs.
Oh yeah.
Good times. Good times.
All right, so we are going to be live streaming after the show over on Twitch. I'm actually throwing the link in the description of the video right now, so you might have to, if you're watching now, you might have to refresh your page to get that live stream. Robbie, are you going to live stream as well tonight?
No, I think I'm just going to let you do it. I'll let you take over
I'll live stream. I'll go ahead and stream. I'll just use the embedded Twitch feature on the PS4 today.
Okay. If you share your link with me, I'll put it in the chat as well, or not in the chat, in the description of the video as well, so people can follow you on Twitch. We're going to be playing Evolve tonight. We have 3 people. We need 2 more at least. If we get a good response, we'll keep adding people as we go. That game is way more fun when you play it with people you know or you'd like to know. So come follow us over at Twitch, jump on your PlayStation 4, play with us at Evolve, and we'll see you there.
See you guys.
See you later.